welcome to Rob's Retro Reviews, where today we're going to be doing a little bit of a birthday haul, just because it was my birthday recently. I turned 26, and I actually got quite a lot of good stuff, so I thought why not make a video kind of showing it off. So there's going to be no order to this, I'm literally just picking things up off of the floor down there and then showing them to you and talking about them for a bit. But yeah, hopefully it'll be fun, hopefully you enjoy it. If it's been your birthday recently, why not tell me what you got in the comments? It's probably a little bit unusual to get given this much when you're 26, but I just think me and my girlfriend go a little bit over the top with getting each other presents on special occasions. But anyway, I'm gonna start picking stuff up off of the floor now. So the first thing I got that I want to talk about is this Ultimate Stripe rather, Gremlin figure that's a NECA figure. I do have one more NECA figure of Crash Bandicoot, but to be honest, even though that one looks good, I would say this one looks even better. I think it's just that with the Gremlins from the film Gremlins, obviously, they just have a lot more detail than Crash does as a character. So you've got stuff like Stripe's mohawk that's actually like hairy on the figure, which is really cool. You can open and close his mouth, which again I don't think you can do with the Crash figure. And just the paintwork on it is really cool, and it looks really authentic to the film actually. I'm really impressed with this. And to be honest, I actually think that this is one of my favourite presents that I got, just because I completely wasn't expecting it. Gremlins is one of my favourite films, so any merchandise from that I'm gonna be happy with. As well as the figure, I'll try and stand him up. There we go. As well as the figure, it actually comes with 3 props. So it comes with the chainsaw from the film. Ooh, well, obviously all of these props are from the film, so I don't know why I need to say that, but yeah, the chainsaw from the film. There's the saw blade, which he throws in the final sort of act of the film. And there's the skateboard, which he uses. Again, actually, all of these props, I'm pretty sure, are from the last bit of the film, where where Billy is chasing him through the little, like, convenience store. So, I guess that's Stripe's highlight of the film, so it makes sense. But, yeah, there's the skateboard that he uses. So yeah, really happy with that. That's one of my favourite presents. It's not gaming related, but still, I thought I would show it off just because it's to do with films, and it's entertainment, isn't it? Some people might appreciate that. I think it's really cool. So yeah, I guess I'll leave him there. Another thing that I got was this another Gremlin figure, but this time it's a Funko Pop figure, and it's of the flashing Gremlin from Gremlins 2. I do actually have 2 other Funko Pop figures from Gremlins. I've got Gizmo and I've got Stripe in pop figure form. So yeah, this is kind of going with the collection of Gremlins pop figures. I think there's only one more that I've not got actually, as far as I'm aware, and it's Greta from Gremlins 2, so maybe I'll have to pick that up at some point. The other pop figure that I got is Pablo from Ash vs Evil Dead. I'm a big fan of Ash vs Evil Dead and the Evil Dead series generally, so anything from that, again, I'm pretty much going to be happy with. I've got the Ash figure from Ash vs Evil Dead, so this guy's going to just stand next to him on the shelf, I guess. Again, I could go over the top with it and collect all of the Ash vs Evil Dead figures, I guess, so I think they do Kelly and Ruby as well, but it's nice for now just having Pablo and Ash. Maybe I'll complete the set one day, I'm not sure. If I see them cheap, I'll probably pick them up just to complete the set, really. So the next thing, we're kind of now, in fact I'll show this off. I'll show the last sort of non-gaming thing off, and then we'll move on to all of the game stuff. I suppose that's how this is going to be ordered. So the next thing is that I got the Halloween 2018 film on Blu-ray. I'm a big fan of the Halloween series just in general, but this film, it's a very worthy successor to the first Halloween actually, which I was excited for this film to come out, but then when I saw it at the cinema, I think I actually saw it twice with my girlfriend, we were just blown away by it. I think it's just a really good throwback to old slasher films done in a more modern way, and I just really liked it. I think it's a very good sequel to the original film. Probably, maybe even my second favourite Halloween film, if not third. So my favourite is obviously the first Halloween, then it's either this or Halloween 2. I do really like Halloween 2, so I'm not sure if this is better than that, but they're kind of different. It's hard to compare them. So yeah, that's all of my movie slash entertainment merchandise, I guess. We've got Halloween, Evil Dead, Gremlins, all good stuff really. As you can probably tell, I'm quite into horror films. In fact, yeah, I'm wearing a horror-themed t-shirt as well, so I guess that makes sense. I didn't do that on purpose. So anyway, moving on. We're now going to take a look at all of the gaming-related stuff. Let me just very unprofessionally move these things off of the table. Okay, so I suppose the first thing that I'll pick up and show off is I've finally gotten one of these Nintendo Switch Pro controllers. It's the official one, and it's really good. I've not used it that much yet. I've basically only used it to play Yoshi's Crafted World. But yeah, so far I love it. It hasn't disconnected at all. It feels really good to hold. All of the buttons feel great. It's just a well-made controller, really. There's not that much to say about it because it is basically just a controller. But I've wanted one of these for ages, and I've finally got one now, so that's great. Gives me an excuse to replay some of the older Switch games with a new controller, I guess. So that's always a good thing. So next, I've kind of already ruined that I've got this, but because I just said. But yeah, I've been playing Yoshi's Crafted World. That's another game that I got for my birthday. So far, I'm actually really enjoying it. I know people have been sort of critiquing it online, but just going through the main game at the moment, not trying to like 100% it or anything. It's been really fun. It's a very cute 2.5D platformer, and yeah, I mean, it's a Yoshi game. If you've played any of the other Yoshi games before, you kind of know what you're getting with this. But yeah, really good game so far. I'm enjoying it. By the way, I've got a little bit of a cold, so if I'm like breathing weirdly or like coughing a little bit, that's why. Just thought I'd throw that out there. But yeah, next we've got the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus on the Switch. Now, I should have really have got this years ago, and I've only actually just got it. I've never owned the Binding of Isaac on any platform before, so this is the first time that I'll be properly playing it. But yeah, I've played little bits of it at like friends' houses and stuff, and I've always really liked it. So I don't know why it's taken me this long to get it, but it has. So I'm going to be playing that soon, going through it, and it'll probably be one of those Switch games that I just pick up and play every now and then to kill a bit of time. But yeah, I'm looking forward to giving this a go. I've not actually played this yet, but it's all installed and everything, so I'll probably get into this really soon. The third and final Switch game that I got is actually Dark Souls Remastered. So I've already played this game like a million times. Well, the original version anyway. Remastered, I've actually never finished Dark Souls Remastered, even though I got it on PS4 when it first came out. I just never finished it for some reason. But yeah, the original game, the original Dark Souls, finished it more times than I can even count. So really the only reason I've got this is just so I've got it on Switch, really. You can play it anywhere, and it's just a cool gimmick being able to play Dark Souls on a handheld system. But yeah, one of my favourite games of all time. I think I've literally got this game like 4 times now, 4 different versions of it. On PS3, PS4, PC, and now Switch. So yeah, you can probably tell them I'm a pretty big fan of Dark Souls. The next game I got, and the only PS4 game that I've got actually, is Tetris Effect. So I've been wanting to play this for a while. Recently I feel like Tetris has been going through a bit of a sort of revitalization. Like there was Tetris 99 recently on the Switch, which I think is an awesome idea that works surprisingly well. There's Tetris Effect, which is basically Tetris VR, which again I would never have thought of, but here it is. And there was also recently Puyo Puyo Tetris, which was a really interesting mashup. And I've only just recently played that one, so basically I've been playing a lot of Tetris recently, and I'm going to be playing even more with Tetris Effect. So the last sort of gaming thing that I got was this big Switch carry case. It's the official one from Nintendo. And basically the reason that I got this is because I like to take my Switch on like holidays with me and stuff, just so you can play it like in the hotel room when you've got nothing better to be doing. But it's always been a little bit of an issue not being able to plug it into the TV. Like, so if you want to play something 2-player, it's kind of hard to do that in handheld mode. So this bag actually has like a dock slot in it, so that you can easily take the dock around with you to places. So yeah, I think this was a really good present, and I'm gonna get a lot of use out of this. Right now it's being used to hold some like Joy-Con that I don't tend to use very often and stuff like that. But yeah, when I actually go on holiday, this will definitely get a lot more use. But yeah, in terms of the presents that I got, that's all of the main ones anyway. I got some chocolate, I got a t-shirt, I got some socks, that sort of thing, but I don't feel that it's really necessary to show that sort of thing off. I've shown you all of the main stuff. But there are a couple of other things that I kind of got myself for my birthday, I guess. I went to Leeds to like a horror festival thing as a part of my birthday, and while I was there I picked up a couple of things for myself, so I guess I'll show them off in this video, just because otherwise I'm not going to be showing them off at all, really. The first thing that I got for myself is Doom on the PS1. I have actually reviewed this, well, I reviewed it years ago now, I think, on my blog, which I don't really use anymore. Pretty much the only thing that I ever upload to that blog is when I've done a video. But yeah, years ago when I did regularly blog, I reviewed this on there. But I never actually owned it. I emulated it, which I know is a bit cheeky of me. But I've been intending to buy this ever since reviewing it, just because of how kind of like blown away I was with how good it was. Like most PS1 first-person shooters have like real big issues with the way that they control or the way that they look and stuff. But this is a really good port of the first Doom and Doom 2 in one package. So yeah, I've basically been wanting to pick this up for years, and I found it for a good price at the Leeds CEX. So that was a really good purchase. So recently I've actually picked up Cuphead on the Nintendo Switch, a game which I've wanted for like years now, since it basically first came out on the Xbox One. But the reason I never really played it is because I just don't really like the Xbox One all too much. And for a game like Cuphead that I basically knew I was going to fall in love with, I didn't want to play it on a console that I didn't like. Like, I know that probably doesn't make any sense because it's the same game, but my thought process was that it was probably going to come out on something else down the line anyway, and it did, so I guess I was right to wait. But anyway, the reason that I'm telling you all of this is because I also picked myself up this little devil figure from Cuphead, because basically after playing Cuphead on the Switch the day it came out, I fell in love with it. I think it's a really good game, like really good. Obviously I need to play it more before I can say like, oh, it's one of my favourite games or anything like that, but it's up there. Like, I feel like it could become one of my favourite games just because of how much I like it. So yeah, basically I saw this figure, I thought it looked good, it's weighty and everything, so I picked it up, and it was for a good price as well. So yeah, I think that was a good decision. That's just going to be displayed in my game room now. And it's good because Cuphead doesn't have a physical version yet, so I've got something actually tangible to hold that I can look at and think, ah yeah, I like Cuphead. But anyway, there is one last thing that I actually got for my birthday that I just forgot about until talking about that, and it's a Cuphead poster. So that's at the moment displayed in my game room in a frame, and yeah, I think the quality of that is really good. Again, it's just something to kind of show off how much I like Cuphead, because I can't buy the game physically. It is, I think they have actually announced that Cuphead is coming out physically on the Switch, so no doubt I will be picking that up whenever that's released. I think it's not going to be released until after the DLC comes out, just because the physical version obviously needs to include the DLC as well, so it's like the definitive version of the game. But yeah, I'm fine with that. I'll definitely end up picking up the physical version when that's released, so I'll have both the digital and physical versions of it. But yeah, enough talking about Cuphead, I guess. But yeah, that just about sums up everything that I got for my birthday, like out of the main presents anyway. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you've got anything to say about any of the stuff that I got, or got any questions, just leave a comment down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you've been on some kind of gaming shopping spree recently, let me know what you picked up. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!